Why does this song sound so bad? It's number one in the charts. My tastes in music are a bit random sometimes. Last week it was, as some of you know, Weber's second clarinet concerto. Today it's the pop charts, and since it's number one in the UK at the moment, I've picked Vampire by Olivia Rodrigo. So, who is Olivia Rodrigo?
Olivia Isabel Rodrigo, born February 20th, 2003, is an American singer-songwriter and actress. She gained recognition in the late 2010s with her lead roles on the Disney television programs Bizaardvark and High School Musical, the series.
So, she's achieved a lot more in her 20 years than I have in my a lot more. But hey, the world needs people like this to keep us entertained. So what about the song?
Rodrigo co-wrote the song with its producer Dan Nigro. A pop-rock tune, Vampire is driven by piano and rock instrumentation consisting of electric guitars, synthesizers, and programmed drums.
Let's hear a bit. Oh, don't worry about copyright. This video is a review, and under UK law and elsewhere, a review is 100% fair use.
I hate to give the satisfaction asking how you're doing now. How's the castle built of people you pretend to care about, just what you wanted?
So what do I like about this song? It tells a story. The lyrics are, as Miss Hoover would say, cromulent. There are dynamics. It has an interesting structure. It's different to what we normally expect from a song intended for chart success, which is possibly why it has achieved chart success. Oh, and Olivia's singing is very expressive. What don't I like about the song? Well, I could say that if the sex roles were reversed and it was sung by a man, it would sound a little bit, I might say, ungentlemanly. Oh, and there is profanity. In all the songs I've ever written, don't go looking for them, you won't like them. The worst I've ever said is and I had a reason to do that. I'm not so keen on profanity just because someone thinks it's cool. But it does work in this song, and I doubt if any alternative lyric would have done the job. Come on, what else rhymes with sucker? So I think I've made my case that I've nothing against the song. So why does it sound so bad? Well, it doesn't sound all that bad all the way through. Let's hear again some of the quiet bit at the start.
I hate to give the satisfaction asking how you're doing now. How's the castle built of people you pretend to care about, just what you wanted?
I can tolerate this, but the vocal sound is intensely thickened. If I wanted to achieve something like this, I'd use a tube microphone, have it as close as possible to the singer's mouth, perhaps without a pop shield, and retake or edit out any pops. Then I'd put it through a tube preamp, gain high, output level low to compensate, and maybe polish it with a clipping plugin, probably Sound Toys Decapitator. The clue is in the name. I'm not saying that's how it was done, I'm just suggesting how one might go about it. The result is a very intimate sound, not natural, but not necessarily not to be liked. Let's hear it isolated.
I hate to give the satisfaction asking how you're doing now. How's the castle built of people you pretend to care about, just what you wanted? Look at you, cool guy, you got it.
I isolated this from the stereo mix, and it sounds oddly cleaner than in the full mix. I hear distortion in S sounds, and also rather thick click sounds, k, g, and such. For myself, I prefer it cleaner. But this is an option, and if people like it, then they like it. It will be interesting to hear your comments on this. You can pause and comment now, if you like. I said this song has dynamics, and you can hear it from what I've played so far. It's quiet, and obviously it's going to get louder later. And look at this. This is later, about 30 seconds in, and the waveform is remarkably clean for a modern pop recording. There's something to admire in this. But of course, this only extends 1 minute 20 seconds into the song. If we go a little deeper, we get this.
The way you sold me for parts, you sunk your teeth into me.
The waveform here does look clean, but I'd be surprised if the individual tracks hadn't gone through that decapitator or something similar, with quite heavy processing. For me, this thickening of the sound is verging on unpleasant. I have the feeling that the instruments could sound more natural, more like they would if they were real. And, as we know already, the drums that we'll hear later are not. So probably nothing else is real either. Not that that's a problem, nor with modern technology does it have to sound anything less than totally realistic. The compression on the vocal is too hard for my taste. Again, if I wanted to achieve this, what I'd do is first flatten the levels word by word manually, then set a high ratio on the compressor so that the dynamics of the peaks are squashed. Then I'd set a fast attack and release so the compressor reacts almost to individual phonemes. Then I'd set a hard knee, so when the signal rises above the uncompressed/compressed threshold, the compression kicks in at full strength immediately. But of course I wouldn't do this because I don't like it. So far, I'm enjoying the song and tolerating the sound, but I know things are going to get worse. This recording is very loud. I don't want to have to explain loudness units relative to full scale, LUFS, here because it would take too long. But the gist is that the higher the number, the higher the level you'll hear, even if you don't touch your volume. LUFS levels are always negative. Unless someone's doing something stupid, you know who you are. Broadcast television is a sensible -23 or -24 LUFS, depending on where you live. Spotify and YouTube like -14, which is already loud. This song is -8. That's crazy loud. And of course, all that happens is that both Spotify and YouTube turn it down to -14. Although Spotify gives you the option to leave things as they are. The brick wall limiting necessary to achieve this, aided by compression and harmonic generation in the individual tracks, mangle the audio. What was at one time in the production process nice, pleasant, tuneful and harmonic becomes a mindless mush of noise. Want to hear what a mindless mush of noise sounds like? This is just ghastly. And if you want to see what brick wall limiting does to the waveform, and compared to some tracks, this isn't so much. I have to say that I just don't get it. I'm very well prepared to say that whatever people like to listen to, then they should be able to. But how can anyone like this sound? Why has the level been pushed 6 decibels above Spotify's preferred level? And by the way, 8 dB above Apple Music's. So, a good song and a good performance ruined by bad sound. Or perhaps you consider this to be good sound, and I'm just an old fart. If you really do like this crushed and distorted, overmastered mush, please let me know in the comments. And if you can give us all some insight into why you like it, please enlighten us. Seriously, there are many viewers of this channel who really would like to know. If, like me, you don't like this trend in audio, then feel free to have your say too. Just don't use any profanity, or I may have to beep it. See you soon.
Hi, I'm Phil, Audio Phil. This recording conveyed the music's momentum with conviction while allowing us to track every raw emotion of Olivia's tapestry of sound. There is plenty of attack in the recording, but enough in the way of solidity and refinement to avoid accusations of aggression.